War is devastating, but some wars are accompanied by atrocities so severe that they are classified as war crimes. Today we're counting down the top 10 countries with the most verified war crimes in 20th and 21st centuries only, based on historical records, tribunals, and international courts. This isn't meant to demonize any people, only to look at historical actions and accountability. From systematic mass killings to illegal attacks on civilians, these events changed the course of history and shaped international law. Let's dive in. Number 10. Imperial Japan, 1931 to 1945. Imperial Japan's war crimes during World War II are some of the most infamous in modern history. Between 1931 and 1945, Japan invaded China, Korea, the Philippines, and Southeast Asia, committing atrocities, including the Nanking Massacre, where an estimated 200,000 to 300,000 civilians were killed, widespread sexual slavery through the comfort women system, and brutal forced labor. The military's campaign of terror systematically targeted civilians, POWs, and non-combatants. After Japan's defeat, Tokyo War Crimes Tribunal prosecuted top military and political leaders for crimes against humanity, establishing important legal precedents. These crimes were not isolated acts but part of a coordinated strategy that caused immense human suffering, reshaped international law, and remain a major reference point in discussion of wartime accountability today. Imperial Japan's actions are a stark reminder of the consequences of militarized expansion by ethical or legal constraints. Number 9. The Ottoman Empire, 1915 to 1918. During World War I, the Ottoman Empire carried out one of the first modern genocides, the Armenian Genocide, alongside mass killings of Assyrians and Greeks. Between 1915 and 1918, over 1 million were systematically killed and deported under harsh conditions, including death marches, starvation, and massacres. Civilians were forcefully removed from their homes and marched across deserts, often dying en route. The Ottoman government targeted ethnic groups they considered politically or religiously threatening, making these crimes highly organized and deliberate. While recognition of these events remains politically contentious today, historical evidence and survivor testimonies confirm the scale and systematic nature of these atrocities. The international community recognizes these acts as war crimes and genocide, and they influence the development of post-World War I international law, laying the groundwork for defining crimes against humanity in subsequent decades. Number 8. The Nazi Germany, 1933 to 1945. Nazi Germany under Adolf Hitler represents one of the darkest chapters in human history. Between 1933 and 1945, the regime orchestrated the Holocaust, killing 6 million Jews, along with Romani people, disabled individuals, political dissidents, and countless others. War crimes included mass shootings, forced labor, medical experiments on prisoners, and systematic attacks on civilians across occupied Europe. These atrocities were carried out on a massive, organized scale, combining ideological extremism and state machinery. After the war, the Nuremberg Trials prosecuted top Nazi officials, creating the first legal precedent for crimes against humanity. Both immediate loss of life, the Nazi war crimes reshaped global law, diplomacy, and the world's understanding of human rights. The scale, planning, and brutality make Nazi Germany one of the most infamous examples of state-sponsored war crimes. The Soviet Union 1939 to 1945, plus post-war. The Soviet Union committed extensive war crimes during World War II and its immediate aftermath. Under Stalin, the Red Army engaged in mass executions, sexual violence, forced deportations, and the use of civilian population as labor in Gulag system. During campaigns in Poland, the Baltics, and Eastern Germany, Soviet troops targeted civilians and infrastructure systematically, Millions were displaced, imprisoned, or killed. Even after the war, policies in Eastern Europe enforced terror, with repressions and extrajudicial killings consolidating Soviet control. While many of these crimes were initially concealed, declassified documents and historical investigations confirmed their scale. The Soviet example highlights how war crimes can persist even after formal hostilities end, with occupation forces inflicting prolonged suffering on civilian populations long after the battlefield has moved. Number 6. United States, 1898-present. The United States has also been implicated in multiple verified war crimes across various conflicts. One of the most notorious examples is the My Lai massacre in Vietnam, where hundreds of unarmed civilians were killed. Beyond that, reports from Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria document incidents of unlawful killings, torture, and civilian casualties caused by drone strikes or indiscriminate bombardment. While tribunals are rare and prosecutions limited, investigations by organizations such as Human Rights Watch and United Nations have verified these incidents. U.S. military policy has often adapted in response, with internal courts and military justice procedures addressing individual accountability. These events show that even modern, highly regulated militaries are capable of committing war crimes when oversight fails. Number 5. The United Kingdom, 1899 and present. During colonial conflicts, the United Kingdom committed numerous verified war crimes. In the Boer War, 1899 to 1912, the British used concentration camps for civilians, many of whom died from disease and starvation. Later conflicts in Kenya, Malaya, and Ireland involved summary executions, forced relocations, and torture of prisoners. These actions were not isolated. They were often part of systematic strategies to suppress resistance or maintain control over territories. Historical records and eyewitnesses' accounts confirm the brutality of these campaigns. While the UK is celebrated for later humanitarian efforts and international law contributions, these documented crimes highlight the darker side of colonial enforcement and military occupation, leaving long-lasting scars on affected populations. Number 4. France, 1870 to 1960s. France's colonial campaigns in Indochina and Algeria were marked by verified war crimes. During the Algerian War of Independence 1954 to 1962, French forces used torture, extrajudicial killings, and forced disappearances against Algerian civilians and independence fighters. Indiscriminate bombing and massacres also occurred, with thousands of civilian casualties. Earlier campaigns in Indochina involved similar abuses, including attacks on villages and forced labor. These crimes were documented in historical research and official investigations, revealing a systematic use of violence to maintain colonial control. France's experience demonstrates that war crimes are not confined to fascist or totalitarian regimes. Democracies, too, can commit systematic abuses during military campaigns when oversight and ethical constraints fail. Number 3. Germany, World War I and II. While Nazi Germany is widely known for World War II crimes, Germany's military also committed verified war crimes during World War I. These included massacres of Belgian civilians, use of chemical weapons, forced labor, and attacks on civilian populations in occupied territories. Combined with World War II atrocities, Germany has one of the highest documented records of systematic war crimes in modern history. These actions prompted the creation of early international law measures, including the Geneva Conventions, to limit civilian targeting and establish accountability for commanders and governments. Germany's example underscores the importance of legal frameworks and tribunals in defining and prosecuting war crimes across multiple conflicts. Number 2. Bosnia, Yugoslavia, 1990s. During the breakup of Yugoslavia, Bosnia became the site of some of the most notorious war crimes in the late 20th century. From 1991 to 2001, multiple factions committed ethnic cleansing, mass executions, Sexual violence and torture. The International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia ICTY prosecuted leaders such as Radovan Karadzic and Ratko Mladic for genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes. Entire communities were displaced and cities like Sarajevo endured prolonged sieges. Civilians were deliberately targeted to reshape demographic realities. These events shocked the world, demonstrating that even modern European conflicts could result in systemic atrocities that require international intervention to ensure accountability. Number 1. Rwanda, 1994. The Rwandan genocide in 1994 stands as the deadliest and most rapid episode of verified war crimes in recent history. Over 800,000 people, primarily Tutsi civilians, were massacred in just 100 days by government forces and allied militias. Killings, sexual violence, and targeting of civilians were systematic and deliberate. The International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda, ICTY, prosecuted high-ranking officials and militia leaders, documenting the full scale of the atrocities. The genocide devastated the country, created massive refugee crisis, and left lasting social and psychological scars. Rwanda serves as a stark reminder of how quickly mass atrocities can escalate when ethnic tensions and political manipulation intersect, making one of the most extreme cases of war crimes in history. War crimes are not just historical facts. They are human tragedies, shaping nations, legal systems, and global policy. By studying them, we remember the victims, hold leaders accountable, and strive to prevent future atrocities. If you found this video informative, hit like, subscribe, and comment below which conflicts shocked you the most and why. Until next time, stay informed, respect history, and never forget.